Cruz here from Whole Cuisine. I am the registered dietitian and yoga therapist here for Whole Cuisine, and we're based out of Austin, Texas. So today what we wanted to go over with you is a 4-part series of micronutrient testing, what it is, why it's so different than normal testing that we do in a typical doctor's office, and what you can learn from doing this and really taking control of your health. I'll go into my own personal story when I did it and just everything that I've learned from it and how I've totally improved and made an amazing change in my own health despite really relatively being pretty healthy. So anyway, micronutrient testing is a way to look at the levels of 35 different vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, amino acids, and carbohydrate metabolism factors that affect your health. So we always hear about carbohydrates, proteins, fats. These are important. We need to know, which foods provide what type of energy, but we really need to make sure that the antioxidants that are helping in the background of producing these kind of like macro energy sources to perform the correct duties and functions that we want them to. And without certain vitamins, minerals, it's really hard for your body to do that. So normally you go to the doctor's office, maybe you're at your own conventional clinic, and you'll get your blood drawn, right? Maybe you do it once a year, or if you have chronic conditions, you're doing it even more often than that. When we get our blood drawn, what it is looking at is just the blood itself. Right, so you took a B12, maybe you had a steak the night before, and we draw our blood labs, and then we get the results back that your blood levels of B12 are normal. However, with this test, what it's measuring is what is going on inside the cell. So let's use pink for the blood vessels. So we've got our blood vessels here. These ones are really swimming around through your body. So this one's like a wave. And then you've got your little the blood vessel, your red blood cells in here, just like that. So your white blood cells are also in here. Boom, boom, boom. And then lastly, we've got different things like the B12. Okay, we just took a B12 vitamin before we went to get our labs drawn, and there's a bunch of B12 in here. So we draw the blood and extract it. Boom, 900 was the results back for our B12. Okay, that's probably pretty good. If you're a bariatric patient, we want it to be even a little higher than that, but great, 900 looks good. However, like this is explaining, we only got the blood that was out here in the vein just moving around like normal. We don't know the B12 functioning that's happening inside the cell. So then we get our micronutrient testing. It spins off all the red blood cells, plasma, and any other thing component in the blood besides white blood cells. And the reason why is white blood cells scientifically are proven to have way better relationships to seeing if those micronutrients are getting into the cell, more so than just testing your blood. It is like a hyper exploration of, is this actually working inside the cell, or is it just kind of in my highway system of getting blood to and forth everything? So we get our test and then we find out, oh no, we're actually deficient in B12 within the white blood cell. So when we come to that conclusion, well, maybe our levels were high, but we now know that the B12 in the cell is actually low. And so what we do is either change it up, maybe we increase the level, maybe we find a different type of B12 supplementation, maybe we pair B6 with it, folate, B3, other things that are needed to kind of incorporate this vitamin into the cell and into its proper function. So there's all kinds of things that we can do to look at it and discover really why it's deficient and how we can fix it. So anyway, this is just part 1. Next week we're going to get into the B vitamins in general and the different vitamin levels that the test goes over. And then week 3 and 4 we'll keep going into the different aspects of the test. So I would love to hear your feedback, your comments. If you've taken this test, what you learned. Like I mentioned, I took this test, and despite feeling relatively healthy and really wanting to kind of commit to my own health and my own life, I was heavily deficient in B6 and biotin and B12, of course. the one for energy. All of this stuff made a lot of sense to me because I was always feeling kind of fatigued, and I swam competitively in my past life, and you start working, you start moving, and just kind of like going on in your career and things like that, and the next thing you know, like, you're tired, you can't get to the gym. I'm like, this is so crazy. I used to love working out. I'd swim all the time, go for runs, whatever. And then over time, what I'm realizing, obviously from my test, is that these levels have been really low for me. Carnitine was really low too, selenium, which is more kind of just like your mood in general. And so as soon as I started repleting all this stuff, my energy level has skyrocketed, and I'm exercising all the time. People are like, have you lost weight? Well, I'm like, I don't know, but I'm really excited and happy, and feeling energetic about all of this, and it has 100% contributed to knowing this information about myself and being able to change it. So anyway, if you've had a similar experience and you care to share, please do. Otherwise, if you have questions or comments or want to know more, keep watching. We're going to post these weekly. And then you can look us up on Facebook, on Instagram, Whole Cuisine. And of course, if you have any interest and want to look more into purchasing this test for yourself or a loved one, you can go to our website, www.wholecuisine.com, and check them out there. Give us a call if you do have questions once you get there. So thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. So have a good one.